tick-tock, you don't stop, stop to the tick-tock, you don't stop, stop to the tick-tock, you don't stop, stop to the tick-tock, you don't stop, stop to the.
Starting out as high school friends, Eric, James, and Cyrus formed a group called Interlude. What started out as an after-school hobby ended up being more than what they expected. Interlude made a name for themselves by performing at high school talent shows and local events to eventually becoming the opening act for groups such as Nsync and Destiny's Child. Interlude was hot on the music scene, hitting #1 on the radio charts and charted on Billboard's top 100 singles for their song, I Don't Wanna Go On. You are watching the story of Interlude.
Coming to the stage, representing the Bay Area, they are known as Eric, James, and Cyrus. Give it up for Innerlude!
I started singing, I think just because growing up I was always around music. Growing up with my brother, of course, you know, he's in Interlude. And both of us just always had this love for music. I can remember when I was a little kid, just back when I used to watch the Grammys even, and just watching the singers on TV, and it just made me feel like, dang, I wanted to do that. I want to sing like that. So music was always a part of our lives, and I think that's really what made me want to sing. It's just always a part of me.
Eric and I went to the same high school together, and we were both in different singing groups. He was in a group called Legacy, and I was in a group called Prestige. And one day he called me up and asked me if I wanted to start a group with him. And of course, I said yes.
I became a part of Interlude because actually of my brother. Eric came to me one day and was just asked me, hey, do you want to start a singing group? And I actually said no at first, just because I thought, dang, what if we start fighting? You know, things like that. But long story short, we ended up forming a group, and I'm glad we did because we got to do so many great things, and here we are today. Interlude got discovered from this place called Gyro's World of Terror. We went there with a couple of friends. Our friends approached some street team guys from a radio station back in the day called Hot 97.7, and we ended up singing a cappella for them. They liked us and then ended up bringing us back to the radio station like that night, and we met this guy named Jazzy Jim, who later signed us to a record deal. What is it like to be working in a recording studio?
Is a moment I treasure.
Number one, I love it. I love being in there. It's like the area or the space where I can just be most creative, and like you vibe off everyone in the studio. Like for me, when I think about the studio, I think about me, my brother being there, Cyrus being there, Brian.
Interlude has collaborated with many producers and songwriters, making hit songs that reach #1 on the radio charts, and CDs being sold in the US, Germany, Japan, and of course the Philippines. Interlude sold out in their first week of launching their debut single, I Don't Wanna Go On.
So what's up? How many more CDs do we have?
All sold out.
Sold out.
Our biggest record was definitely I Don't Wanna Go On. We were played on Wild 94.9, KMEL, K-Don, basically all over the Bay Area, all over California, Seattle, Chicago, Texas, Virginia, Hawaii. We were also played in Germany and Japan as well. So definitely I Don't Wanna Go On was our biggest record.
All the way live right here from San
I think my most memorable was our Hawaii show. We threw a concert. It was called the Ho'olaulea, downtown Hawaii. we had our concert there, and it was like packed. The whole streets was packed. It was closed. Downtown was closed specifically for this concert. And let me tell you, if there was one thing that made me feel like an artist or like a legit artist, it was this show.
All the way from San Francisco, Interlude performing live.
Hawaii is definitely up there on my list of favorite shows. We just had too many to choose from. We had a show with Destiny's Child, national anthems at NBA games. My personal favorite, I would have to say, was our show with Nsync at our own backyard, San Jose Arena at the HP Pavilion. This show was sold out. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Give it up for Interlude! Jump on it. Ladies, make some
The latest project that we just did was the Reminisce album, which was fun.
It was so much fun.
Because we got to do a bunch of 90s covers.
There are songs from Stevie B, Anquette, Aerosmith, to Joe, Savage Garden.
Which brings me back, it brings the guys back. And I think it'll just bring our whole generation a lot of different memories because we did all the songs that we all grew up to in high school. So that's pretty cool.
The one responsible for producing this Reminisce album is Ryan and Chetta, Mr. Chetta.
One of our homies. So that was really nice to just do a full album to collab all together. It was good times.
You're gonna know your song. You're singing with us.